abortion, I guess. We don't really like to focus so much on the abortion so much as the relationship between Keely and Dew. Basically, my character was raped by her ex-husband, so on her way to get an abortion, she gets kidnapped by these Christian extremists who intend to keep her until she is past the time where you can procure an abortion, so about 7 months. And then at that time, their plan is to either let her choose to raise the baby herself or choose to give it up to adoptive parents.
Whenever I first heard the topics, like the theme of the play, I thought I was like super interested in it, and I had been debating on auditioning anyway, but the theme of it is largely why I decided to, and I just think it's necessary. It doesn't lean towards either side of opinions about any topics or anything like that. It's very neutral, and it kind of gives everybody a chance to open their mind a little bit and just really consider certain topics and stuff that maybe you don't normally think about.
It's about Keely, who gets kidnapped by a organization called Operation Retrieval, and it's basically how she interacts with her captors, specifically the female in charge of taking care of her, Dew.
I play Cole, which is Keely's ex-husband. My character comes from an extremely rough background. I'm very abusive and an alcoholic as well. He's really just an angry guy. He has a lot of anger problems and a lot of issues that he has internally that he doesn't know how to handle, and the only way he can express that is through physical violence.
It's interesting because I guess the villain of the story is like the Christian extremists, but we're not trying to demonize them in any way. We're really just trying to present both opinions, and really just that the connection between two people can be strong even when their views are so opposing. So it's kind of like, I guess it just addresses that everyone who is, so one-sided, there doesn't need to be hatred involved for the other side, which is something that is a big deal in America right now. Really, we're just trying to make sure that it's not so much about the issue or the opinion, but the people involved, and that there still should be love for one another, I guess.
This is a lot of people's backgrounds. Everyone comes from a different situation, and that we shouldn't just judge based upon the first idea that pops in my head. Oh, that person does that because of this, and they wear that because of that. Everybody comes from a different background. We should all understand that, of how that would affect our decisions in the present. So.
My character is Dew. She is a little bit older. She's probably about 55. She is a very, very conservative, very Christian. She really cares about people, and she's a nurse, so obviously she went into that field because she cares and she wants to help people, but she goes about it in a little bit maybe of an extreme way, but it's just what she believes. So it's an open mind. I think that if it doesn't make you reconsider maybe your beliefs in either direction, it might just at least shed some light on how other people might think, and maybe make you a little bit more understanding of different people's perspectives and stuff.
My character's Walter. He is basically the leader of this little organization. He is trying to convince Keely to keep the baby, and initially it seems like he wants her to give it up for adoption, but later on he becomes a little more forceful with her in what he wants her to do. It's been real interesting, one, because I'm happy to play someone twice my age, which is always a challenge, but it's also very different views than what I have, so it's been very interesting to explore all of that. There really is a lot of gray area with this issue, because one of the things we're really trying to focus on is that both sides believe in what they're doing. They believe they're right, but it's not malicious. So we want people to come out with that thought of, well, it's unclear of who exactly is right or wrong.
Rape is like the edge between when it becomes controversial or not, because a lot of people think that rape is the exception to getting an abortion, and a lot of times people will say that, like, you know, I'm pro-life unless the circumstances were that, you know, the woman was raped or something like that, and then I guess people are able to understand it more. You might be surprised at how your opinion changes. My views have already changed so much since starting this process. In a way that I didn't necessarily expect. I thought that playing Keely was going to give me sort of like this defensive view over women who want to have an abortion, but oddly enough, like I've kind of, I've realized the severity of the issue more than I had, and there's a line in the show that says that the baby can't be dismissed by calling it a fetus. That line just kind of really puts out like what I think young girls think right now. I think that a lot of women do view abortion as just a way to solve an inconvenience, and it's something that definitely can't be taken lightly. And I think college students, especially, dealing with, you know, sex and stuff is such a big issue in our life. I guess sex is. So it's important that we see the consequences, and if nothing else, just to hear the other side, because I know that there have been heated debates, and I'm pretty sure everyone coming to see this show will have had a time when they have, you know, argued for one side or the other, and of course everyone has an opinion, so I guess the important thing is to see the other side and see that it doesn't have to be a hateful controversy that, you know, I don't know, I think when people really will talk about it and discuss their views, a lot of people will find that they really have the same idea. They're just going about it differently.